for example, how it works in Afghanistan. I'm speaking about Afghanistan because we are in crisis in Afghanistan in this situation. For example, when they come, instead of they develop a program outside and bring the women outside their houses, which they have been a farmer, they have been farming, they have been outside. Now they said, well, you just stay inside your own house, and we don't want 4 or 5 classes. Just one class, 5 people is enough, and you just stay there because you will be safer. And so we are fighting that if a national organization is doing that because they don't have the funding, but you are international, you're supposed to set a center and bring many people into it. From why you are doing that? And they are saying that, well, no, this is safer. That is the best way. It's like a very small community they are working. They don't want like sort of the woman advancement. They are just saying like literacy is enough, or just from 1st grade to 6th grade is enough. That's they are setting up program like that. And we want program, advanced program. We want more women come to the center, be larger center, not in their house, be outside if we could afford it. But if we could not afford it, then yes, we can settle with the house. These are the things that is really troubling me, that they are coming, instead of advancing women, they are taking them backward, and that's my problem.
And that's not on CNN or Fox, ladies and gentlemen, but it's essential that we know that, particularly as American citizens. And we wouldn't be hearing that if it weren't for the panel that you two have set up, and Mary Gregg and the team here at Gruber. I want to put out a final question to each of you. And this is forward-looking. This is looking to our future. And perhaps you have some anecdotes to share with us about it as well. Are there many young women, younger women, eager to take on their own positions of leadership in the field? Seeding. You have been out there in the field, on location around the world, seeding, planting, watering, fertilizing. And what advice would you give to them, those young women who are taking up this cause and this mission, this vision that you've all exemplified in your lives?
I would like to take part in this first because I am mainly working with young women, especially in the area of school. There are many, many young kids in high school who are really looking forward for the leadership, and they are taking classes in leadership, they are participating, they are networking between each other, and they are going into the website and they are going into internet, they find information, they share, they are very enthusiastic, they are energetic. So that's one thing that is carrying my work on, and I keep getting encouragement from them, because when I see them that they are really looking forward, no matter how much bomb is being exploded inside the city, that they are there, and they know that maybe somebody kidnapped them from the door of their house, but still they are coming enthusiastically into the classroom, and they are sharing with each other, and they are asking for leadership and capacity building while they are in high school. So that gives me a really lot of motivation. And their role model is that, I don't say me, but people like me, like people who are the head of organization, when they see in the internet, they see a young woman is getting award, doing this kind of work. So that is their encouragement, a role model. So we need to create more and more role model for them that they can follow. And that's my advice for them to, yes, follow this role model and see where you get.
Thank you. Daisy, what would you advise the next generation?
Actually, before I do that, I just wanted to answer the previous question very briefly, and that was that if you want to look at what's happening in a society, in traditional societies, you have to look at the matrimonial ads. The matrimonial ads many years ago in India used to read seeking bride, 25, fair skin, the whole description, good family, Brahmin, Hindu, Muslim, Shia, Sunni, whatever the mix was. And I heard recently that there was a ad that said, looking for a woman with a multinational job. So, and the balance has tipped. Multinationals are luring a lot of women into, job seeking, and these women are big breadwinners. And that really is shifting traditional, the way societal values. It's also creating some stresses. Divorces are on the rise. So this is an anthropologist's dream. I think somebody should really analyze this one. because it does have benefits, but it also comes with some setbacks. But going back to what would I say to young women, I think that they are our hope. And I want to just read something to you that actually happened at our conference. There was a woman named Mukhtar Amai, who many of you know. She was the gang rape victim whom we invited from Pakistan. And in her words, this is what she told us, talking about Sakena saying, find role models. She's an illiterate victim of gang rape, which was publicly carried out by order of her local village council. She has dedicated her life to pushing for the advancement of women and children in her local community, which she has refused to leave even after continuous threats for speaking out and continuous funding availabilities right here in the United States. And she has since mobilized resources to build a school for girls, a school for boys, a health clinic, a police station, a women's crisis center. She's bought an ambulance and is now in the process of constructing the first high school in her community. And she told us, while all of us were in tears, she said, our only hope for fight is justice. End oppression with education. To remain ignorant is a crime. To remain apathetic is a crime. To remain silent about a crime is a crime. So this is the advice I have for young women.
Thank you, Daisy. Let's hear from Zainab next, and Pinar will have our final advice to the next generation.
Well, I usually would consider myself a young woman, normally, but apparently in here I'm not. But
well, you are, but there are still younger ones.
I'm joking. Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about that, and there are obviously lots of hope, and there's a lot of women who are doing a lot of work. But I was really thinking about your question, and I'm thinking about Iraq. And it's so courageous for women to continue to keep on going in Iraq every day. We Women for Women works with about 1,500 Iraqi women and have a staff of mostly women, about 40. And every week I call them and say, maybe we should close the office. And they say, no, this is our resistance to what is happening. The insurgents want to make our lives miserable, and they're throwing money at women as if it's nothing. And we need to stay, and we need to service, and we need to give women economic options and political awareness so they do not go to the insurgents and the fundamentalists. And they are mostly young women, these staff. And it's mostly young women that we are serving who are refusing to give up. So as I say it, I'm also emotional about it because it is not easy what they are doing. It's much easier to give up, actually. And we have to, my advice is not for them because they are resisting. My advice is for us, is to keep on helping them and helping them in a smart way, not to take over their voice, but to give them that space and that venue and the resources to express their voice loud and clear. They are doing it, but they need help to keep on going.
Yeah, as we founded WWHR, me, Leila, who's in the audience, and Karin, who joined us very shortly, we were barely over 30. So I think we were considered young at the time, so it's been so many years. But at the moment, I'm proud to say that 60% of WWHR is under 30. So it has happened very organically. Some of us got older, but we were getting people from new generations, so we have all the generations in our group. I think for us, it hasn't been a special challenge. I think it's just organic, because if you're not working over generations, it's just not possible to affect social change. And I think it's like we're inspired by their energy, and I think they're inspired by our experience, and it's a wonderful complementary thing. What I always say, when young women ask me, it's for me I think the most difficult thing in my activist work, and the most important thing, has been to keep up one's dedication, energy, and determination despite very difficult conditions. Not to lose the energy, not to lose the motivation. And for that, I think one needs some soul food. Either you get it from the solidarity, with a global solidarity, and one should take care of oneself, which I haven't been doing always as perfect. So I tell them, do it better, take care of yourselves, because you will need this.
I want to thank you very much. I'd like you to join me in thanking Daisy Khan, Sakena Yacoobi, Zainab Salbi, Pinar Ilkkaracan, and of course Pat and Peter Gruber.
Thank you for this inspiring panel discussion. Thank you, Anisa, all of the panelists, Dean Rivez, Pinar, and all of our advisors who are here with us today, including some foundation advisors, Neil Pryor, all the way from St. Thomas. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming and attending. Dan McSwiggan, I'm sorry I left you out, Dan. But thank you for coming today. And please join us for reception. Thank you.